Hey guys, it's TK and welcome back to another blueprint video. On this video, I'll be giving you a guide to the new strategy I have discovered, and that's basically a combination of 20 Barchers with 20 super barbarians and the help of super archers on box bases, double poison tower ring bases, and 3 approaches on diamond style of bases. So without any further ado, let's just dive into this video and let's go. Okay, we are here on the ring style base with the double poison, and I'm gonna spoil it for you. There is a CC there and it's Titan. Yes, the Titan CC is annoying, but this was by far one of the hardest ring bases I had to hit, just because the sweepers are kind of deep and I can't go with a very, I would say good warden ability. So I have to find a way, and you have to find a way to go in without a warden. So that means even if you don't get the town hall, it's fine, you still have a warden and the base doesn't have rage towers, which means the base is low on damage. So this is what I'm doing. I funneled the loons and then the blimp. The blimp, guys, it doesn't have to be that far. You can land even the other side of the wall and then clone into the core, but just watch out. You can see where the scatter is from the other side. Look at the other scatter and the expo. There's one tile between them. That means there is no giant bomb. Even if there was spring traps, you're still having so many archers with the double clone combo. Now the Titan comes out. This is why we didn't use a warden ability coming from the top side, because if we did that and the Titan gets pulled, it can run through your archers and you lose all your super archers and it will be a fail. So that's why I did that with no warden ability. We got the town hall, not huge value I wouldn't say, but that is the perfect value for the super archer without a warden. Now what I like to do on this strategy is basically clear out the trash building with super barbs, and then I'm able to snipe the defenses from the other side of the wall with either the hog wizard, as you can see, or of course the barchers. But guys, don't worry about that lava loon. I'm going to tell you what to do with it. It basically acts like a hound, but don't worry, let's not get too far ahead. Now, few headhunters, few barchers to keep this king on track, but unfortunately it is going on the outside. He is going to the outside, but a good warden ability is where this base is gonna have a weakness, because well, this king with the queen and the champion can clear out this whole lower compartment. Some barbs at the lower side to get these trash buildings done, so I can use the barcher on the defenses. Guys, you can use 2 barcher on each defense. It will go down eventually. Of course, you don't need 3, so 2 is completely fine, and that's how we can crush this base. Now the main part, of course, of every single one of these attacks are the super archers, but I'm gonna give you a way to use these barchers, to use the hog rider, of course it's a hog wizard, and to use that lava loon, which, guys, trust me, we're gonna have some interesting approaches on some of those diamond bases, and I mean, the defender is just not ready for it. So let's go to the next attack. Okay guys, I believe this player is currently rank, I think he should be in top 10, because by the time I was hitting him, he was actually resetting a rank 5. So I don't know if he's up or down, I don't know what happens, but this is where I like to use the lava loon and also some loons. But sometimes you might not even need the lava loon, but here you do, just because it can give you more value and more traps, of course, around any area. Now this is one of the approaches I like to do on diamond bases. I'm going to clone into of course the area I landed. Unfortunately, I got one archer into that empty area, but usually if you haven't found the bombs there, don't clone into the empty areas. Now you noticed I dropped the archers right in front of the cannon. Why did I do that? It was simply because I didn't want of course too long of a pull from CC troop, but that's fine. We did some damage, and you can see this value right here. You might be thinking, okay, he used 2 clones, rage, 5 invisibility, lava loon with 3 loons. That's a lot of things to do, but that's not the perfect value. We didn't get as much. We got 1 expo, we got a hero and the town hall. That's it. So that basically sums it up. But trust me, this value is just for, of course, later on the perfect funnel. I'm gonna use some Barch on that cannon so I don't invest more barbarians. Now this is where you can see this king will come back inside because of the way I'm going to funnel these archers. Actually, hold on. No, this is not where he comes back. Okay, forget that. The queen is where she needs to be. Now the king didn't have the perfect funnel. He's gonna go around, but that's fine. The queen and her ability can clear these defenses, and that's whenever you feel like the champion needs to be added to help those things that is happening on the top side, is where you add her. But don't add the champion too early just because the enemy queen will kill her. That's why I still didn't add her, because she's gonna go so much in front and, well, get taken down. Now those 3 wall breakers was clutch for his queen to later on and come back. Now let's look at my barbarians that I'm dropping on the sides, the Barcher that I'm dropping on the sides, and here make sure your queen doesn't die through ability. Once I know my queen will take out the enemy queen is where I'm gonna go with my champion. This is the perfect I would say angle, because other side you can see there is a monolith and Tesla farm, and this is where, simple as that, 2 archers on each defense. Of course he had builders, so I forgot the wizard tower wouldn't go down with 2 archers, but this is why we have some back end archers and Barchers, you know, to clear these stuff out with super barbarians, and they are just so good, man. They are so good because you have both of them. So if you need to take a defense out that is on the outside of the wall, use the barbarians, super barbarians. If you need a defense taken out the other side of the wall, use 2 Barchers. Simple as that. So that's how you can get this base done too. Let's go to the next approach on diamond bases, which is crazy. And here we are, man. This base is a bit toxic. You can't really do a close, like, you know, no warden blimp on the core or on the top side. You can't really send the blimp because the town hall is so much in the core. Plus, the way I'm gonna tell you to do this blimp, and well, actually it's not going to be a blimp, I think, guys. This is gonna be an interesting one because I'm gonna use a stone slammer on this one just to get the perfect angle. Okay, I test the barbarian for, you know, of course, any Teslas in case it's gonna mess up my pathing. But let's look at that lava loon. It's gonna do just enough. So the stone slammer and loons are there. No damage taken for the stone slammer, and look at it, it's going behind the town hall because I needed those 2 multis. They are impossible to reach. Now it's fine we didn't land on the monolith. Sometimes you don't get the perfect landing, but in general, now you got the understanding of, you know, the stone slammer with the help of that lava loon and the few loons, how far it can get. And the defender is just not ready for it. It's definitely not ready for it. So 1 more invisibility for these archers. I wish I would have had a better landing to get the other Inferno too, but honestly, that value for me, that's completely fine, because now we got the perfect funnel to go around the closest path to the eagle. Keep remembering that. That's what you should do. Now this is the closest path. Just remember that you need to use the wall breakers really nicely, because if you take a closer look, the whole core is just closed. Everything is closed. And by the way, you saw that I used minions on the lower side because there was no air targeting defenses, so they can take it out nicely. Some test wall breakers just so I can see where my next super wall breaker is going to go, and this is where I'm going to drop it. The next one, I'm just going to keep dropping them just because, well, I want to pop the warden ability with this king ability and those wall breakers. Once I see the top side has a Tesla farm is where I know, okay, I need to invest a few barbs and the royal champion. Otherwise, well, no one is going to take that out because the king is in the core. Queen is going a bit weird, but she's not going to be able to take out the full Tesla farm, so that's why the champion can now help them. Some Barcher on the outside with the help of super barbarians to go in and deal some damage. I'm looking down to see if there is any major defenses on the lower side that I need my Barcher or super barbarians for, which there isn't. All the major defenses are on the top side. And by the way, you noticed I popped the queen ability where I really didn't need to, but because there were so many bombs, you can't risk your queen ability and queen dying through the bombs. And guys, this is a crushed base, and it all comes down to the way you use your super barbarians and your Barchers to keep the heroes in the path you made for them after the super archer. Next up, we have another base right here, and it's actually Den from X Team Esport, and this is a different type of hitting the diamond base. Once I see there is 2 different huge compartments of damage, it's where you need to take one of them out with the super archer, but you need the warden for the other one, which means you need to use a blimp that doesn't involve the warden. And that's why we're gonna land there right in here and then double clone into the area we landed, so we don't find as many spring traps or giant bombs as possible. And yeah man, this super archer is a decent value and we didn't use the warden. So I think yeah, all three of the approaches I showed you, we didn't use the warden on a diamond base. Something that a lot of people, a lot of the defenders out there are baiting, but really realistically you don't really need the warden on a lot of those diamond bases. So I hope this basically kind of opens your mind on some of the approaches you need to do on diamond bases to be able to actually crush them really good. But one thing you're going to notice on this attack, and it's going to be a lot more than the previous one, is the power of the Barcher. Because now this base on the town hall side, there is a lot of good defenses that can hurt your Sui. Just trying out some wall breakers, by the way. They can hurt your Sui, but they are the other side of the wall. The walls are fully closed, and this is why we have those regular wall breakers to test. We have, you know, normal super wall breakers to test. And look at these Teslas, they are the other side of the wall. They will be annoying, so that's why I'm gonna take them out. 2 Barcher on each and 3 Barcher on the warden tower is enough. We found some skellies too, warden ability for the king and queen, some few headhunters. That was a bit early, but I thought the king would have locked onto my king, so yeah, that wasn't the best timing. But you see now why I'm telling you, you need the warden on this side. It was the same if you use the warden to get the town hall. You needed the warden on the side that we got the super archer down, because these 2 compartments are super toxic and super hard to go through with only king and queen, even no mini warden on this army. Now notice this, just cleaning out some trash buildings again, so the Barcher can take out the defenses that is need to be taken out. And also I'm always holding on to some Barchers guys on the back end in case we need to get through a wall and we don't have enough time. That would be the best tip I can give you for the Barcher itself. Keep a few of them in case you need to use them, you know, on the other side of the wall. So now RC ability, 2 archers and nothing around the base. That's how you can crush with this type of approach as well to these diamond bases, which are super toxic currently. But yeah man, let's go to the next base, which is gonna be a box base, and that will be the last for this video. So let's go. Alright, we are here on the box base, and well yeah, I couldn't find as many box bases in High Legends, but this is it man, this is it. We've seen this space I think a few times in Legends League, you, me, anyone who's watching this video. But the way I'm hitting this is, I think I haven't used the warden on this video yet, but this is where we're gonna go in with the warden blip, and you're gonna see the perfect value with the warden ability. And by the way, freezing that left sweeper will give you more time to reach the core. But look at where I land. I land in an empty area that has a lot of tiles, which means it's most likely to have the giant bomb. Even with the titan on top of the archers, you are still fine. And by the way, this angle will give you the monolith because of the way the CC and the monolith are placed. Archers shooting the CC will take out the monolith any time, any day of the week, okay? So that's how this core is absolutely demolished. That's why you use the warden. Now here I made a mistake. I don't know why enemy titan targeted the queen when the titan was closer, but that unicorn taking some huge damage, okay? Now for the town hall Sui is something that, you know, it's not everyone's job to do. Like, they can't really do it perfectly, but I'm gonna give you this tip. Because there is no damage, you know, for this Sui itself, you don't need the king to go inside the town hall poison with the queen. You can have the queen alone to take that out, and that's why I'm dropping the king to the far side as far as possible from the queen. Just, you know, sniping some buildings with the Barcher. One more wall breaker for the queen. You can drop that wall breaker also a bit later to make sure the king does in fact walk to the outside and queen is going to the inside and taking town hall out. Now this is where, once I know the town hall is down, I'm going to funnel the king back into the town hall area for the warden tower, just because he has a lot of HP, he can be able to take it out. Now this is where I'm going to use some barbarians and the royal champion on the opposite side of my heroes, just because the time is the only thing that can stop you at this point. And here is where Look at this. I'm just going to spam some Barch and Barbarians, but the main problem with the Super Barch strategy was the walls. But here, having the Barcher, you can snipe these defenses from the other side of the wall. So you can see how strong this army becomes once you add the Barcher to it and the Lava Loon. And I definitely hope you enjoy like this attack strategy in general. Hopefully see you soon on the next one. Take care and peace.